Hi everyone, yasas, que kalos to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious way that I found to roast chicken. And it's perfect if you meal prep and you want to have chicken on hand to throw on top of your favorite salads, to make wraps with it. There's just so many ways to enjoy this. It's delicious and so simple to make. Let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna begin with 2 whole chickens. I'm using 2 because if you're meal prepping, might as well make a bigger batch because this chicken just disappears. So I'm just gonna spatchcock the chicken, and you just take either a really sharp knife or kitchen scissors and cut down one side of the spine. Once you get through that, then you're just gonna go down the breastbone and cut through it. You can apply a little bit of pressure until you hear that snap, and that's gonna help the chicken lay flat. Flip them over and cut some slices through the breast and the thighs so that way the flavor can kind of penetrate. And then go ahead and transfer them to 2 baking trays. You can totally bake these on 1 baking tray, but what I found is they don't roast as evenly, and the baking tray ends up with a lot of liquid in there. So I do this in 2 baking trays. I try to minimize cleanup, but trust me when I tell you, use the second baking tray. It takes a few extra minutes, but the chicken will be tastier. So we're gonna begin with the back side, and I'm just gonna season the back with some salt and freshly cracked black pepper, flip it over, breast side up, and then we're gonna drizzle some olive oil on top, about 2 teaspoons of salt or to your liking, some freshly cracked black pepper, a teaspoon of sweet paprika. I'm not a fan of the smoky paprika in this, but if you like it, by all means use it. 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And these are going to bake in the oven at 425 degrees for 45 to 55 minutes, or until a meat thermometer registers 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the thickest part. I'm putting them in one oven, and then I'll just flip the trays. I'll put the tray that's in the middle rack on the top, and then the top in the middle rack halfway through cooking, so that way the chicken cooks evenly. Once it comes out of the oven, let it cool completely so that way it's easy to handle. And then you're just gonna remove the skin from the chicken, shred up all of the chicken meat, and I like to toss it in the pan juices, and then transfer it into a big mixing bowl. At this point, I like to drizzle some balsamic vinegar over this. If you're using 2 chickens like I am, maybe about a 1/4 cup or so, or to your taste, to your liking. I thinly slice some scallions. These are just the green parts. The white parts are a little bit stronger, so I just save those for cooking. And just toss everything together, give it a taste. If it needs some more salt, you could add it at this point, but it's ready to use in your favorite recipe. Just like that, the chicken is ready, and it's time for the taste test. It's amazing how something with such simple flavor and such a minimal amount of effort creates such delicious chicken. I mean, you're gonna be floored when you try this. If you've already tried my cheese sliders that are made with my tiro kafteri dip, you'll know that this chicken is really, really good. The balsamic adds a tiny bit of sweetness, and it also wakes it up, because anytime you add vinegar to something, it just rounds out the flavors and just tastes so much better. The scallions are so simple, yet you can definitely taste that mild onion flavor that they leave. I love to use this to make wraps for the kids. I've also made a butter bean salad and used this chicken to put on top, but of course you can put this over any salad. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. If you would like to print this recipe out, head on over to the website, dimitrasdishes.com. If you want to learn how to make the cheese sliders, click over here and look out for that butter bean salad recipe. It's coming up next. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yasas.